Hey, hi, I'm Ganesh from Kekewag Institute of Engineering Education and Research Nashik. Welcomes you on the next in the next video of power systems. In this video we are going to learn about the performance of transmission line, the short questions and answers, that is some MCQs and some numerical questions. Okay, so this will help you regarding your preparation for the state board examinations, so electricity board examination, other university preparations, or if you are giving the UPSC examinations, or if you are giving the GATE examinations also. So what is the aim of this? At the end of this session, the learner will be able to apply the concept of performance of transmission line to solve the small MCQs. So let's begin with the so let me clear first my screen, so that will be, oh, just a minute. So let me clear my screen so we can move further. So I have pre-recorded this. So in a transmission line efficiency, the transmission efficiency of the transmission line can be increases with the increase in the power factor and voltage. So if you increase the power factor and if you increase the voltage, your current is gets reduced, hence I square R losses is gets reduced, hence the efficiency is get increases. So this is the correct option. What is the value of parameter B in the nominal pi method? Okay, so in the nominal pi method, how the parameter B is calculated? The parameter B is equal to Z. Parameter B is equal to Z. This is in pi model. Same question is asked in the T model. So in the T model, the parameter B is equal to Z into bracket 1 plus YZ by 4. Okay, so how to calculate the parameter C in nominal pi model? In the nominal pi model, parameter C is equal to Y into bracket 1 plus YZ by 4, and in the C parameter in the nominal T method is C is equal to Y. So if you observe here the B is equal to Z, here C is equal to Y in the pi and T model. Here B is equal to Z 1 plus YZ by 4. So its unit is ohm. So see, Z unit will be cancelled and Z unit is ohm. So in here it will observe that the same term is up here, but the Z is replaced by Y when we are taking the pi model to calculate the C parameters in the transmission line. Okay, which of the following regulation is considered to be best? 2%, 30%, 70%, or 98%? The regulation is low means difference between sending end and receiving end voltage is low. Okay, and it is expected in the transmission line. So the regulation should be as far as small possible. So the value is a 2% is a better value. The transmission line has a length of 300 km. Operating the sending end voltage Vs is equal to 1 pu. Find the receiving end voltage Vr at the no load condition. So the first condition is no load. Length is a 300 kilometers, means long line. So this line is a no load and long line. So in no load and long line, when the sending end is charged with the 1 pu voltage, the receiving end voltage is greater than 1 pu because of Farent effect, because the line is at no load. So due to the Farent effect, the receiving end voltage is greater than the sending end voltage. So this is the only one correct option here. So I can just say there is nothing into the calculation, just we have to apply the concept of Farent effect. In the modeling of medium transmission line, the RLC is modeled as lumped parameter. So in the medium it is lumped, in long it is redistributed. So we are considering that the parameters at the lumped at the one location in the modeling of the medium transmission line. Let's discuss about the long transmission line. In case of long transmission line, the RLC can be modeled as long transmission line. The RLC can be modeled as a distributed. We cannot consider the parameters is lumped, hence we have to use the rigorous method for analysis of the long transmission line. Okay, in case of short transmission line, the capacitance is neglected. Already I have discussed. So why the capacitance is neglected? Because the length of the transmission is less. As the length is less, the capacitance value is less, your XC value will be greater. If in the short transmission line the voltage level is less, as the voltage level is less, the charging current is equal to V upon XC. As XC is high, voltage is low, so your charging current is also low. Hence the capacitance effect is negligible in case of short transmission lines. Hence it is neglected due to the short length and short rating. Hence this both A and B option is correct. So this one is the correct. Okay, so let's discuss the next question. So here the common data is given from the question 11 to common data is given from the question 11 onwards. So let's observe this common data. So 3-phase 50 Hz 150 kilometer line. So length is given as 150 kilometer. Resistance, inductance and shunt capacitance admittance is given as 0.1, 0.5 and 3 into 10 raised to minus 6. So this is the value of R, this is the value of XL and this is the value of B. Susceptance is given because it is in per kilometer per phase. Okay, so first it is necessary to calculate the overall So how to calculate the Z? Z is equal to R plus Jx into the length. So 0.1 plus J 0.5 multiplied by 150 kilometer length. So it will give you 15 plus J 75 ohm. Y is equal to JB. So B value is given as 3 into 10 raised to minus 6 multiplied by 150. So it will give you 4.5 into 10 raised to minus 4 Siemens. So how to calculate the A? A is equal to 1 plus YZ by 2, as we discussed in the previous sessions, previous slide only. A is equal to 1 plus YZ by 2. So if we substitute all the values, so we will get it is a 0.98 at an angle of 0.2 degree. B is equal to 15 plus J 75 ohm because it is equal to Z in case of pi, because we are modeling this as the pi model. So it is given in the problem, it is pi model. C is Y in bracket 1 plus YZ by 4. So it gives you 0.00044 at an angle of 98 degrees. So A value is this, B value is this, C value is this. Let us determine the sending end voltage and sending end current. So first receiving end current is to be determined. So IR is equal to PR root 3 VR into cos phi R, as the power factor is lagging. So power factor is 0.8 lagging given. So it is a minus of cos inverse of 0.8. So 50 megawatt, and this is one is the voltage is in kilovolt and this is the line voltage. So it is multiplied by root 3. So mega divided by kilo, ultimately your current will be come into the kilo ampere. So it is a 0.328 minus 36.86 kilo ampere. So we'll determine the Vs. So obviously these are the phase values. So all ABCD parameters are the phase values, hence Vs should be phase. So determine the Vs phase, VR must be converted into the phase. So A into VR plus B into IR. So A is known 0.98 at an angle of 0.2. VR. So VR must be taken as the phase value. So it should be multiplied by 110 divided by root 3 plus B is 15 plus J 75. So you will get this value and multiplied by the IR 0.328. So why I am taking this is in kilo, because this voltage is in kilo. So drop also must be in kilo, which should be added. So Vs you will get in the kilovolt. So 82.686 at an angle of 11.88. But keep in mind this voltage is a phase value. We want to determine the line value. Hence I have multiplied it by root 3. 82.686 multiplied by 11.92 angle and 11.82. So it will give you 143. So the option D is correct. So similarly Is is equal to CVR into DIR. So I have determined the A is equal to D. So A is equal to D. So all values are substituted as given in the previous one. So only here it is a C and only here it is a D. Okay, so if you calculate it, it will give you approximately 315 ampere or something. So you calculate this value and comment me in the chat box. Hope you enjoyed this video. So with this video we are at the end of part 2 on the performance of transmission line. If you like this video, kindly subscribe my channel and press the like button in my video and give promotions to my video. Thank you.